the person that's before me is like 6'9". This thing is always pretty high.
Penn Street.
He's not 6'9".
Ladies and gentlemen, Troy G. Ward.
Well, Troy, they come back, tie the game up with that shorthanded goal, and then
You're
you guys
sick.
turn around. Yeah. Just your
Sorry
thoughts on
about
that play first of all. Yeah.
Your sickness or
Yeah. Oh yes, I am sick. Yes.
what was the question again?
Just that the second goal, San Antonio's second goal. Your thoughts on that one, and then obviously you guys kind of turn around real quick and get that third one.
Well, their second goal was just a result of, we have 4 forwards out there. We have, 1D in both of our groups right now where our team is at with our depth. So, we just didn't manage the power play very well. Part of that is you have to always give the opponent credit. I thought they came hard, and they've got some good skill. They did some good things on their end. But most of it was our puck possession and just mismanaging the puck, obviously. So, that's a difficult goal to give up because, there's only so much left in the third. You have a 1-goal lead. That's a result of it. The resiliency of the group to come back and get that type of goal after that was kind of characteristic of our first half. Like, that's just the way it's been with this group. So, we just hung in there and battled, and it was a battle to begin with. Like, it was a real battle mentally again for us. But it was a big goal. Reinhardt's goal.
Street was just in here, said you really lit a little bit of a fire under them after that second goal. What did you have to say to the boys after that one?
I just told them I thought they were missing a good game, basically. I was really disappointed. Like, there isn't a lot of good in that game. We'll just take the win and we'll just go. We'll go home. Like, that's about all I can say about the game. There wasn't much good in that thing. But, that said, you got to give the opponent some credit. They made some good pushes on us. That said, our team found a way to win, so I give them a lot of credit for that. I give Ordio a lot of credit. It's just one of those nights. Last Friday, we deserved better fate and didn't get a win. Tonight, we deserved nothing, and we found a way to win.
You did get 3 power play goals. Was that anything by design, anything that you've been building towards?
No, I just think that we have some guys that can finish on the power play. When we put the math in our favor, like we have some guys with time and space that can finish. I don't think there was anything special we did. Markstrom's a young man that's played quite a few games already for Florida in the NHL this year. So their goalie's got good experience and made some good saves. I thought we really got some good looks at him at times and didn't get rewarded. I thought he played pretty well, both power play and 5-on-5. But we didn't do anything special against them. I just thought our execution at times was pretty good. We got some timely plays.
Going with 4 forwards on the power play, is that something you're going to stick with for a while and see how it works?
Well, ironically, I thought when our power play got really moving, they had some chances at one particular time where I thought we had 4 forwards out there in a D and I didn't like our posture at all. Then when they scored the goal, we just made a decision at that point. It's a tie game. Like, we got to find a way to get to the end of this thing at least tied, if that's all that we get out of this thing. So we put 2D out there. I thought Kane LaFranchise really struggled in the game. But for whatever reason, 5-on-4, he looked like, you just take a 4 off his jersey and he could have been Bobby Orr. Like, he looked pretty good. So it was just a weird game that way. Like, I didn't think he had any mojo going at all. And then you put him on the power play in the time when you at least think about it. We have never worked with those 2D back there, and they just had chance after chance after chance. It's just how the game kind of played itself out, ironically. But I didn't think when we had 4 forwards out there the first 2 periods, I didn't think we were very special. For special teams, our special players weren't very special.
Troy, you got those 3 previously injured players back on the blue line. Can you just talk about what you saw from Weatherspoon, Kandari, and Lamb tonight?
Well, the good news that I would say about those guys is I did not notice Weatherspoon, and I didn't know Kandari played, and that's a good thing. I know he took a penalty, but he's an emotional guy. He plays with jam. Like, that's the one thing about Mark. Like, you really have a hard time as a coach every day faulting a guy that is so emotionally attached to something. Like, so I have a lot of patience with a guy that's emotionally attached and he takes some penalties. But usually when guys come off injury, you want to be a defensive defenseman, and usually on the coaching version, you don't want to notice a player. If you don't notice a player, it's probably a really good thing. especially coming off injury. So I thought, when I say I didn't notice them, that's a compliment to them. That's a compliment. I thought that they managed their game pretty well. They didn't put themselves in too many tough spots, both in one-on-ones and team play. So I was happy about that. I thought they did a nice job. And I give Robbie a lot of credit because he's managing the D back there. Those guys put their time in the video room. They've worked hard to get back into play and ready to go. So I give those guys credit. I thought that was good.
Just in general, Troy, what concerned you most about the performance? Was it just the number of looks that they got at RTO? Or?
Well, I thought the second period we were undisciplined. We took some bad penalties. That's part of the game. I felt, the first 20 minutes we didn't get a lot done, but I thought we were really, really tight defensively. Like, we didn't give them anything. Then all of a sudden, after 2 periods, they got 17 shots in the second period, and we just kind of got up and we just mismanaged the puck in critical situations, everything from not getting dumps in at the end of shifts to not getting pucks out, to the timeliness of our penalties, just things like that. It just seemed to unravel, and we really seemed to, midway through the second through about midway through the third, I thought we just really fought the game. And that isn't a physical thing. Like, I didn't think it was a physical thing. I just think that, we're not real sharp mentally right now. And we're a team that needs to play, like, really sharp mentally, and the guys understand that. So it's a fight for them in there. The disappointment was that I thought back-to-back games we haven't had any emotional attachment to the game. We got a lot of empty seats on the bus. That's unfortunate, but it's also at a time of year when this is my 4th year going through this here, so we've had some bad and tough Decembers here. I think that's fair. We all sit in here and go, yeah, we have. Like, we hit these long road trips in November, and we get the benefit of playing a lot of games, and we come home and we're flat. And I thought we were flat again tonight in a lot of ways. But like I said, you can't fault a group of men that finds a way to win and get some goals at the right time. So that I give them a lot of credit for. But we got to go to the videotape tomorrow morning and find some things that we got to fix. And systematically, it shouldn't be that hard. But what's going to be hard is individually and within their own space. It's their self-talk, and it's the I can factor. The I can factor has kind of left our game. It's more of like the word I think versus I believe. It's an I think, and it's not an I believe. And right now, that's where our problems are. It isn't so much a physical thing for me. There's some mental things that we got to figure out.
It was an interesting game, kind of ebb and flow wise, and momentum shifts. Some pretty pronounced momentum shifts.
Right.
Is there anything that you can do on the bench to try and capture that back, or do you leave that in the hands of the players?
Well, Robbie and I talked on the bench in the third. We had talked like 3 minutes into the third. I thought we both felt we should take the timeout. It was 2-1, and really, the game was kind of unraveling on our behalf. You can take a timeout as a coach. You can. We did change our posture down the stretch of the game. Like, we changed how we forecheck and we changed how we played. I thought that helped us a little bit in the third when we started getting some scoring chances. We hit a crossbar and we did some things down the offensive zone 5-on-5. But that was a posture change. Like, that was how we played a little bit. I thought that helped us. But we decided against the timeout because I didn't really feel like we had a lot of momentum during the third at any one particular time. So because I didn't feel we had any momentum, I felt like we either could be down a goal or up a goal, and I might need the timeout late. So we bypassed it. But otherwise, we did change lines. And certain guys sat. Certain guys didn't play at all, really, in the third period. And then, became a little bit tougher because Nemo was in the box for a while. So we had to manage a little shorter bench. And then Carter Banks kind of got banged in the head there a little bit on that hit. Hurt his neck a little bit, so we didn't give him any ice down the stretch just to protect him, see if we can get him to play again tomorrow. So the bench became very short, so we changed our posture and how we positioned ourselves a little bit.
Last question. Great, thanks, Troy.
Thanks.